Okay, this is week 5 of the Scouting Report on www.sjr.com, and we're outside today, and the elements are being really friendly to us. Bernsey, four teams are 3-0. 4 teams are 0-3, and they're all playing. The O's are playing on each side of the ledger this week. We start with Springfield High and Taylorville. That's a Friday night game.
And you could probably win a lot of money having some friendly bets on that one. Both of them would have been 4-0 at this point of the season, but you know, a lot of people are as interested in this game as they are in the big one on Saturday between SHG and Glenwood. Taylorville playing very, very well, as we've both said before. Last year was the fluke year. Taylorville's just back on track with both a balanced offense and defense, while Springfield High is, I guess you could argue, they're finally living up to the potential, playing very, very well with a sophomore quarterback and a defense that likes to hit.
And somebody said to me yesterday that 3 of their 5 best players are sophomores, if you include Gilcrease and Callaway as among their 5 best players. That's pretty close on that, because Terrell Bolden has been terrific at quarterback. The biggest statistic I see, no interceptions. He hasn't given the ball up yet this year.
Yeah, you got a 15-year-old quarterback in Bolden handing off to a 15-year-old running back in Gilcrease, so the future's right there. Completely different situation in Taylorville, where it's Scott Alberson's last year, and the seniors are admittedly geeked up to win it for him. They want him to get his 100th game. He needed 8 to start the season, so obviously now he needs 4 more to get to that magic number, which Dan Rourke got to a couple of weeks ago.
And it's at Taylorville. I think the young kids for Springfield have done very well. I think Taylorville's defense is too tough, and I think their experience is going to show Friday night, and I'm going to go with Taylorville. Who do you like?
God, close game, and I hate to agree with him, but I think Taylorville's going to have the advantage playing on the Christian County turf. I think Springfield gets the first loss, but they'll bounce back from there. Springfield High is going to make the playoffs for the first time in a long time.
And then we'll be back on this beautiful turf at Memorial Stadium on Saturday night. 2 more undefeateds, and as if they need to be undefeated to hype this game. Glenwood and SHG right here. Homecoming was last week for SHG, so it's just a usual backyard beat each other over the head game.
And there'll be a couple of more people behind us Saturday night, I guarantee you, in the parking lots, behind us, around us, everywhere else. The game is just a rivalry. You talk to the kids from SHG, you talk to the kids from Glenwood, and it's not a be-all to the season, but it's a long way from just being just another game. Ruppert, I'll be honest, gotta like SHG in this one. They've got a lot of weapons for Glenwood to stop, although the Titans came awful close last year, but gotta like SHG in this one, probably a couple of touchdowns.
SHG really throws the ball well, and we saw Glenwood struggle a little bit last week against Jacksonville, throwing the dink passes, the underneath passes. Maybe you don't want to show everything, though, if you're Glenwood defensively in that regard. Glenwood really runs the ball well. Kyle Elmore has taken the quarterbacking job, and it's all his. And he's not completing a great percentage for a lot of yards, but he's controlling the game. He runs the ball very well. He hands off to Hageman. He's got a whole stable. I think it's going to be a tough game, a close game, but I think the experience of SHG, once again, we're going to go to experience. SHG gets this one too.
And on the other half, real quick, we'll mention the other 2 games. I think Jacksonville finally gets off the schneid and gets a win this weekend over Lanphier, and Southeast finally for Jeff Thomas, I think, may finally break through and show some of that determination and get by Lincoln.
And I'm with you on both of those. We'll be back next week on the Scouting Report, sjr.com.